I know we all get excited about cricket, be it men's or women's cricket. And what a better opportunity to do that when there's IPL coming up, there's Champions Trophy going on, and there's WPL going on. So मैं आपके लिए लेके आया हूँ एक one stop solution for all the cricket gupshup, for all the cricket podcasts, for all the cricket summaries, banter, bakchodi, everything here. So I'm your host Manan Shah, and let's deep dive into the cricketing chronicles with me. This is your first podcast right here, right now. If you don't like it, आपको तो पता ही है YouTube पे गाली देना कितना इजी है आजकल. तो
केस मत कर देना बस.
हाँ, तो वो कर सकते हो आप. So let's get into it. I welcome my fellow podcaster Rohan Shah, a proper cricket nut. That is what I call him. A big fan of Virat Kohli. You can see by his styling that he is, and by my styling, you can come to know that I am a big Rohit Sharma fan. So yeah, so let's dive right into it, Rohan. Are
Yes,
you
let's
ready?
go. Yep.
Okay. So we'll start with some memes. थोड़े memes देखते हैं क्या आजकल आ रहे हैं चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी के, तो देखते हैं. हाँ, ये वाला मीम आज बहुत पॉपुलर हुआ था, अगर तूने देखा है तो.
Sound.
चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी 14 और ये 15.
Hello guys, welcome to this new adventure that we are undertaking. So we are going to create this podcast where we are going to talk everything about the Indian cricket team, and what better opportunity that we get than the day before the Champions Trophy. हाँ, ये वाला मीम आज बहुत पॉपुलर हुआ था, अगर तूने देखा है तो.
Sound.
चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी 14 और ये 15. नहीं, वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप भी है ना. अच्छा, वो भी खेलना. हाँ, वो भी आईसीसी इवेंट है. हाँ, वो तो उसका 17 बार बुलाया है उन्होंने. ये सब करने.
शाना है अपना शाना. प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंसेस का तो किंग है वो.
तूने वो देखा था क्या? इसके बाद रविंद्र जडेजा शुभमन गिल के साथ बैठता है और शुभमन गिल को पूछता है कि तूने कितने फोटोशूट्स किए हैं.
वो 4 बोलता है और वो बोलता है 9 तो रोहित के सिर्फ T20 वर्ल्ड कप्स में.
वो बोलते हैं कि 17 फोटोशूट में. शुभमन गिल की बोलती बंद हो गई बढ़ते हुए. ये भी वाला भी सही है. ये देख.
कैसे मारते हो? ये तेरा बैट में ये है.
ये
पावर है.
और टीम कहाँ से लाए? चांद से लेके और टीम नई टीम लेके आए क्या भाई? कौन बच्चे आपको लगा दिया आपने?
हर बार 400 पार करने वालों को भाग देखो.
लारा ऑन फायर.
अभी वो ज्यादा टर्न करने को ट्राई करता हूँ, ऐसा कुछ होता है क्या?
नहीं ये बताऊंगा नहीं. आप इंग्लिश में छाप देंगे, सामने वाले समझ जाएंगे.
आपको 3 मैच नहीं खेला है भैया. कैप्टन तो आप.
भाई साहब, मुझे बेस्ट में तो इसमें वही लगा. 400 पार करने वाले का हाल देख रहे हो?
तो साउथ अफ्रीका के लिए था कि इंग्लैंड के लिए था?
इंग्लैंड के लिए था.
वो तो वैसे भी आगे थे वो लोग वर्ल्ड कप
नहीं,
में.
उसने स्टार्ट में 2023 वर्ल्ड कप में उड़ाया था ना उनको. शमी ने आके ब्रेक थ्रू लिया था.
इंग्लैंड नहीं था रे.
हमेशा 400 पार करने वाला इंग्लैंड नहीं था.
हाँ क्या? वर्ल्ड कप
इंग्लैंड
वो
सामने तो
वर्ल्ड
था.
कप में वो वर्ल्ड कप में साउथ अफ्रीका किया था ना. इंग्लैंड तो किया.
तो साउथ अफ्रीका रहेगा, पता नहीं था फिर मुझे. बट शमी भाई यार, और अच्छा है, ही इज बैक यार. मच नीडेड.
Yes, much needed. Because we don't have Bumrah also right now, so एक experienced player तो चाहिए था अपने को.
और सिराज भी तो नहीं है. ठीक है, वी विल गेट इनटू
हम
दैट. विल गेट
कोटास के बारे में कुछ बात नहीं करेंगे.
नहीं, विल गेट इनटू दैट. अभी थोड़ा मौज मस्ती की देखते हैं इनका.
बंदा जीता था खुल के तेरी गली में.
ये इंग्लैंड वाले सीरीज क्या है?
झंडा बना से लुट गया. मैं तो बंदा जीता था
क्या रहा है वो?
क्या
कर क्या रहा था वो? पुष्पा.
हाँ, वो कुछ तो ऐसा स्टेप करके दिखा रहा था, रोहित शर्मा वो देख के ही हंसने लगा था।
फुल बकचोदी हो गया विराट कोहली फील्ड पे तो एकदम बकचोदी करता है
वो
मजा
टेंशन
आता है
फ्री
उसको
हो गया
देख
है वो।
बिकम एकदम बस आके मजे करूंगा जाऊं
बट तू ये देखा, ट्रेनिंग सेशन में रोहित शर्मा बहुत ऐसा सीरियस था। लाइक तू अगर ये वाला वीडियो देखेगा ना, रुक मैं एक खोलता हूँ ये वीडियो।
हेलो हेलो नमस्कार, आप सबका स्वागत है दुबई में बारी बारी प्रैक्टिस के लिए। ठीक लग रहा है क्या चश्मा?
भाई ये लोग का
एक्टर
एडिटिंग
बन
बाप
जाऊंगा
है।
एक तो पेश करते हैं।
मस्त एकदम रॉ फुटेज बहुत सही है
अरे प्रैक्टिसिंग फॉर चैंपियंस इंग्लिश फिनिश फॉर 1 month।
Time the ball. If you beat that cover fielder, it's a boundary.
इंग्लिश में किससे बात कर रहे हैं
क्या
सब
पता
रहता है
है।
थोड़ा थोड़ा एक तो दोस्ती भी इन्वाइट जाओगे ना
इधर विराट आएगा, कैच
अपना
पकड़ते हैं।
गुज्जू भाई दोनों हार्दिक और
जड्डू। हाँ, ये सही था।
ये बाप यार क्या कैच पकड़ा हो
और ये रोहित ही मारा था।
सेंटर post whatever you've
ये
done.
तो
If you
ठीक
want
है,
some
अभी
extra
अभी
work,
ठीक
you've
है।
got 2 nets out.
बट ये वीडियो का बेस्ट पार्ट क्या था पता है एंड में था
क्या?
हर्ष हर्षित राणा कुछ तो हवा में बॉल मारता है और ऋषभ पंत ऐसा तारीफ करता है उसका कि वाह क्या
हेलो
shot है।
नमस्कार।
हाँ,
फिर अभिषेक नायर बोलता है कि ऐसा शॉट मत मार तो फिर ऋषभ पंत पूरा पलट जाता है और बोलता है कि हाँ बराबर बोल रहे हैं वो ऐसा ऐसा नहीं मारते अच्छी सेकंड
अच्छा शॉट कैंसिल है वैसा कुछ तो बोलता है ना।
हाँ ये शॉट कैंसिल है
हाँ 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 हाँ, याद है याद है याद है याद है याद है। यस 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 यस। भी एक और तेरे को दिखाना था। ये था। ये तो देख लिया ना अपन। हाँ हाँ, ये देखा ये देखा। पाकिस्तान में वर्ल्ड कप मतलब चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी है उसका, ये तो मीम हमेशा सर्कुलेट होना ही चाहिए।
ये दुख तो हमेशा रहेगा ना ब्रो
पर अच्छा है, मजा आएगा। पाकिस्तान में चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी है तो ये
जा
देखा ये दोनों का वीडियो।
हाँ
मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है अभी भी कौन ये स्प्रेड कर रहा है यार, रिफ्ट के रूमर्स एंड सब अभी तक।
अभी तो नहीं है यार पहले हुआ होगा आई थिंक इट्स वेरी नॉर्मल बट अभी तो नहीं है आई थिंक क्लियरली वर्ल्ड कप 2023 में भी वो दोनों इतने क्लोज थे फिर 2024 T20 वर्ल्ड कप साथ में जीते एंड अभी भी ये लोग बहुत चिल है यार दे बोथ आर वर्किंग फॉर द सेम गोल दे वांट द टीम टू विन सो ये रिफ्ट विफ्ट ये सब बस मीडिया को थोड़ा
फ्रेंजी क्रिएट किया है बस।
हाँ कुछ नहीं अच्छा चल रहा है मतलब यू वांट टू ब्रिंग देम डाउन तो रिफ्ट का कुछ भी बहाना बना दो
और मतलब वो भी जो चल रहा था कि टीम मैनेजमेंट के साथ रिफ्ट है, सीनियर प्लेयर्स और टीम मैनेजमेंट अलग पेज पे है, वो सब क्या लग रहा है तुझे?
ऑनेस्टली थोड़ा ऑस्ट्रेलियन टूर पे तो वी आर वेरी आउट ऑफ द प्लेस लाइक कुछ और ही स्ट्रैटेजी चालू था और इट इट फेल्ट लाइक हम लोग प्लान के अकॉर्डिंग नहीं जा रहे थे एंड even the team selections were very weird in that whole series so some of those rumors could have made sense but again uh, we cannot surely say ना जब तक अपने हाथ पे कुछ आता नहीं है
क्योंकि अभी मैं देख रहा था एक वीडियो आया था वो जो अपना ओडीआई सीरीज था इंग्लैंड के सामने। उसके बाद
हम्म
जो फील्डर ऑफ द सीरीज जो अपना वो मेडल वाला अवार्ड का सेरेमनी रहता है ना,
हम्म
तो उसमें रोहित एंड गंभीर बाजू में बैठे थे। सामने कोहली बैठा था, बकचोदी कर रहे थे वो लोग सब मिलके, तो मतलब एवरीथिंग लुक्ड गुड
Yeah, and I
ऑब्वियसली।
think it is necessary for the team to be gelling well, especially बड़ा tournament ICC tournament है. Even World Cup के पहले we saw right कि selections में obviously हर time हमारा कुछ भी squad select होता है, there's always questions about selections. But you know, once that squad is picked, once they are together, they make sure that you know the goal is won for every player in that squad. So all of them are playing for that trophy. And World Cup में भी अपना environment बहुत सही था. That like that's why every one of us was so emotional because when we lost because हम सबने वो देखा था all those 10 matches how close they were how like how they were so close on the field इतना अच्छे से घुल मिल रहे थे हंस रहे थे all those different fielder of the match जो लोग ने
वो
किया
तभी
था
चालू हुआ था, 2023 वर्ल्ड कप में ही
exactly
चालू हुआ
it
था वो।
was it was during that so And even अपना T20 वर्ल्ड कप के टाइम भी यार there were so many questions on selection या संजू सैमसन को खिलाना चाहिए यशस्वी जायसवाल को खिलाना चाहिए वो but during the World Cup जो squad था and before that World Cup the whole हार्दिक पांड्या and रोहित शर्मा का जो भी issues थे because of whatever happened at MI everything was squashed during the World Cup everyone was going for that one goal and we saw last match में जब हार्दिक ने last over डाला the way they both hugged each other, it just showed, they all wanted just one thing. And when it comes to big tournaments, all of us, like, पूरा squad एक हो जाता है, irrespective of जो भी rift हो.
अरे मतलब देख डिसएग्रीमेंट्स होना नेचुरल है टीम में, मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है, एंड डिसएग्रीमेंट्स होने चाहिए, क्योंकि अभी तुम एक ही माइंडसेट के साथ खेलोगे तो बराबर नहीं है. यू नीड टू हैव डिफरेंट अप्रोचेस, यू नीड टू हैव डिफरेंट गेम प्लान्स. अभी जब और अपने मतलब अपना इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम में जो फाइनल 11-15 जो भी रहते सब बहुत बड़े स्ट्रॉन्ग इंडिविजुअल्स है. लाइक जो बेंच पे भी रहेगा, लाइक अलेजेडली ऐसा बोल रहे कि ऋषभ पंत वुड बी ऑन द बेंच बिकॉज केएल राहुल इज द प्रेफर्ड विकेट कीपर. The Rishabh Pant is also a big personality. KL Rahul himself is a big personality. Like ऐसे सब बहुत बड़े personalities है ये सब. Like and उस पे like हमेशा ये वाला मीम तो मैं देखता ही हूँ. जो लोग नहीं होते हैं ना सिलेक्ट, उसके लिए ये देख, ये वाला मीम तो हमेशा सकता है.
ये ना इंस्टाग्राम रील्स ने ना पूरा क्रिकेट वॉचिंग को बकवास बना दिया मेरे हिसाब से. तो ये सब ईमो रील्स बनाते हैं हर प्लेयर के लिए. अभी ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ को भी वो लोग अभी स्टार बना दिया है वो लोग ने. फिर वो लोग संजू सैमसन के लिए जस्टिस करते रहते हैं. फिर इससे जैसा वो गंभीर ने पहले बोला था ना, इट्स एक्चुअली ट्रू. लाइक वी आर वेरी इंडिविजुअल फोकस्ड, वी आर नॉट रियली वेरी टीम फोकस्ड.
यस. एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया में उसका काफी उल्टा है. लाइक देयर इज नॉट अ सेलिब्रिटी कल्चर देयर, दैट इज रियली गुड. दे आर ऑलवेज टीम फर्स्ट. And that is why they don't take the losses as badly as we do, because we target individuals after the losses.
Exactly. Abhi bhi yaar, in this test match series against Sri Lanka, they dropped Sam Constas because वो लोग को head को open करवाना था and head did really well. And Sam Constas took it really well. Like उसने बस बोला कि हाँ, this is the team management told me and it made full sense about it. और फिर वो जाके काउंटी खेला उसका.
अरे बट ये कम्युनिकेशन भी क्लियर होना चाहिए. लाइक श्रेयस अय्यर ने जैसे पुट आउट किया वो बात, और फिर गंभीर ने आके उसको कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट किया आफ्टर द विन, वो थोड़ा अलग स्टेटमेंट्स लग रहा था. तो उसकी वजह से ये रूमर्स को फिर थोड़ा क्या बोलते हैं, लाइक सपोर्ट मिल जाता है. लाइक
you're adding fuel to the fire basically when players आके बाहर बोल रहे हैं. अपने टीम में ये भी हो रहा है ना कि now journalists are also getting a lot of info, whether it's getting from players, coaches, we don't know. But they also create all of these rifts amongst the team with all the news they put out. क्योंकि बुमराह के लिए भी किसी ने डाला था कि he's supposed to be on bed rest or something, and
बराबर.
there's a lot of issues, right? Because then if this becomes national news and बुमराह को ही नहीं पता है कि उसको bed rest पे डाला है and selectors लोग उसको बिठा दिए. I think the same thing had happened with Shreyas Iyer and Nishan Kishan during that whole central contract.
They had to play Ranji Trophy. They were out of contracts.
And Shreyas Iyer was genuinely injured, but usko he was basically made the scapegoat for that. Having such a great tournament.
I feel after scoring those runs and doing what he did in the match, Shreyas Iyer answered it with his bat. He did not need to come out and say, ki, as you know, I was not supposed to play. I mean, it sends the wrong message. Like, he does not need to give that message. He can talk to the management one-to-one. He can talk to the captain. I mean, that was a bit unnecessary. That is why Gambhir had to come and, kind of explain what had actually happened. So, मतलब ये सब थोड़ा players को भी समझना चाहिए कि they are big personalities and they are, words can be taken into consideration a lot. So, एक second. तो अभी ये तो हम समझ गए क्या माहौल है फैंस में, क्या माहौल है क्रिकेट टीम में, वो सब तो डिस्कस हो गया. अभी एक काम करते हैं, लेट्स डाइव इनटू द चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी, द नेक्स्ट बिग आईसीसी इवेंट ऑन हैंड्स. So Rohan, excited for it?
Yeah, very excited. Although I have like I question the whole existence of Champions Trophy, but abhi jo hai wo hai. So let's get into it.
Too many ICC events for sure.
Yeah. Too
रोहित
many.
शर्मा ने वही तो बोल दिया, 17 खेला है वो उसके
Hmm.
करियर में ऑलरेडी.
Every year there is an ICC event now for the next, I think, 7 years. So it takes away that whole feeling of it, right? The World
एटलीस्ट
Cup
2 years
चार
में एक
साल,
होना चाहिए.
हाँ World Cup हम 4 4 साल रुकते थे. It was like there was a hype about it. There was something about it. Champions Trophy, it's like we are just fresh out of that whole T20 win in the background. एंड अभी और एक आईसीसी ट्रॉफी आ गया, फिर 4 महीने बाद वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप का फाइनल है. सो अगेन आई फील थोड़ा अननेसेसरी है, बट या दैट्स नॉट द टॉपिक फॉर टुडे.
It can be Virat and Rohit's last 50 over tournament. So
Could be, yeah, depending on what the result is, I feel.
yeah, I strongly feel रोहित और स्टीव स्मिथ का तो लास्ट ही रहेगा. Even Kane Williamson. Not
Mhm.
sure about Virat. Virat's fitness is on his side, but then he obviously has his family and everything, which is his priority now. So
Yeah.
all right, let's dive into it. Okay.
Abja.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
This is that the difference between our 2023 World Cup squad and Champions Trophy wala squad.
Yeah, we obviously don't have Bumrah. Instead of Bumrah, we'll consider their Harshit Rana.
Yeah.
But we can clearly see there are some changes for sure. There's Yashasvi Jaiswal, who is going to be a traveling reserve now that we have
Varun Chakravarti.
Varun Chakravarti in place of him. Yes.
Yes.
So we don't have Thakur, Siraj, Ishan, Ashwin, Surya. All of them are not there. Instead of Yashasvi, we have Varun Chakravarti, Rishabh, Sundar, Akshar, Arshdeep, and Bumrah के जगह पे राणा है. तो ये स्क्वाड देख के एक बात तो क्लियर है, they are going to fix on the batting group like we did in 2023.
Yeah. And I think that's a fair call because they
It's a
had
short
done,
tournament.
yeah, I think they've done nothing wrong except that final match, obviously. And I think I like the change that we have made, that, we have dropped Surya and we're playing Akshar Patel as like the floating all-rounder in the middle.
Yep.
So that adds that lefty-righty combination as well as he can bowl. So that's obviously a great advantage. He had a really good T20 World Cup for us as well. So I
Also,
think
मुझे लगता है कि he can be sent as someone who can pinch hit. He
yeah,
can
100%.
Yeah.
And इसलिए मैं बोला ना, he's like a floating, he's a floater in the batting lineup, as they
Yep,
say,
yep.
right? Like I think if the situation is tough, maybe they can send Rahul ahead of
Yeah.
Akshar, and then if we need like quick runs, maybe Akshar can come before Rahul. And if there's like a spinner operating, like a left arm spinner or a leg spinner, then you send Akshar Patel, which is
Right.
what we did in the ODI series against England, and I think that worked really well for us. So
Yep.
I really like the depth that we have in our batting this time around, where Hardik is back again. I know he was injured midway during the World Cup, so he gives us that batting depth. We have Akshar, we have Jadeja, and we've seen Rana can sort of smash a few. Arshdeep can sort of being Arshdeep, what he did in that World Cup match
अब
against
ऐसे है कि नंबर 10 तक तो सब आके पट्टा लगाएंगे ही. और कुलदीप
मार ही सकते हैं,
कुलदीप भी मारेगा, शमी भी मारता है, पट्टा मारता है. लाइक
मारेंगे.
रिमाइंड्स मी ऑफ द 2011 वर्ल्ड कप जहां पे नंबर 10 तक जहीर खान भी था. जहीर खान भी आके एक दो लप्पा तो मारता ही था. So this squad is quite similar to that. Like we have batting depth till 8 or 9. We have 5, 6, 7 good bowling options. Like नंबर 4, 5 पे अपना एक बॉलर आ ही जाता है, एक विकेट कीपर भी आ जाता है नंबर 5, 6 तक. So I feel a great amount of depth. I would have loved Yashasvi to still be there in the squad instead of a Varun Chakravarti.
Yeah,
But
100%.
yeah, but Varun Chakravarti has been useful, and we know that Dubai's pitch can be slow at times. So maybe that is what the management is thinking, and they want to back these 6 batsmen we have with just Rishabh Pant as the backup. So I mean that's a fair call, I would say. But yeah,
Varun Chakravarti in Dubai is giving me PTSD from that T20 World Cup, but now he's a completely different player. So
true.
And I think मेरे को लग रहा है जैसे तूने mention किया about the 2011 World Cup वाला squad के साथ जो similarities है, and I feel Akshar Patel is that key player where he can play that Yuvraj Singh or Raina wala role where he's a lefty,
then
in bowl.
Yeah. Then on that point, give me India's most like predict your most impactful player of India? Like who's going to like shine throughout the World Cup, and he's going to be like Yuvraj Singh of 2011 World Cup, or a Rohit Sharma of 2019 World Cup, someone like that.
I think it's going to be Shubman Gill for me.
Okay, Shubman Gill.
I feel with that added responsibility as a vice captain,
Okay.
he's shown good glimpses in the England series, and I think
Right.
he's hungry for runs. He's hungry to prove his point, why he
Right.
deserves that spot.
Uh-huh.
मुझे लग रहा है that he'll probably be the highest run getter for us in this tournament. Plus, he'll be the key player for us.
Okay. For me, I think it is like I saw him bad during the England series. He's back with something to prove. I don't know to whom, because in ODI, this guy's record, Shreyas Iyer, has been phenomenal. And the way he can play spin, and now that he's playing the short ball so well,
Yeah.
and the form he is in, I think he's going to be an impact player. He is our solid impact player in the middle overs. He will come in, he will smash the bowlers, he can take the pressure off you, he can help you chase big totals.
Yeah.
And he has all the batting before and after him, so he can play freely, and he's going to be that game changer according to me.
That's a fair choice. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I think Shreyas Iyer, even in that World Cup, 2023 World Cup, like I think we had found our number 4 there. I think there was no question about it, even after the World Cup. And he's a good player of spin, as you mentioned. So middle overs mein jo quick scoring chahiye apne ko, I think that is something that Shreyas will definitely give us. And then with that added option of a floater in Akshar Patel, with quick runs, I think I like the balance that we have right now.
True. So let's quickly go through the playing 11 that you feel and I feel. So we are fixed on Rohit, Gill, Kohli at top, Shreyas at 4. Rahul, Akshar can come at 5-6. That is something that we are sure of. Even Hardik can be like 5-6 and can be anything.
Yeah.
Amongst Rahul, Hardik, and Akshar. Jaddu at 8 fixed, right? Or do you don't want to keep Jaddu?
No, Jaddu at 8 is fixed.
Yeah, for me, Jaddu is an indispensable player.
Yeah, my 5th bowler will be between Hardik and Akshar. Like I feel they'll be dividing that responsibility amongst them. And I also feel like maybe the 4th and 5th bowler would be like Jadeja, Hardik, and Akshar, dividing the overs between them, and bowling well, they'll probably take the full quota.
So then फिर number 8 तक तो Jadeja तक fix हो गया है. 9, 10, 11 is where the question comes. So do you go with one more spinner, or you have enough spinners in the team? What do you think?
I think I might go with Kuldeep. That leggy is a great option. And I think I know he's coming off an injury, but again, I feel even he has a lot to prove. And
and he's really impactful in middle overs.
Yes, 100%. And if the field placing is correct, and if we give him some tips, maybe he'll pick up some wickets for us. But yeah, I think apart from that, फिर कौन होता है? Then you have our 2 fast bowlers, Shami and
whom between Shami, Arshdeep, and Rana do you pick as number 10 and 11?
In the first match, I'll go with Shami and Arshdeep, purely on the basis of past experience for Shami, and then Arshdeep giving us that lefty option, because we also have Hardik who can bowl. He's bowling really well. So he can bowl with the new ball, he can bowl in the middle, he can bowl in the death as well. So I think, I'll go with Shami and Arshdeep in the first game.
I mean, it was kind of a face-off in that last ODI between Arshdeep and Rana. And I clearly could see that Arshdeep is the one who is swinging more. He's more effective. Although I was supporting Rana, like he's that hit the deck kind of a bowler, and he has that pace, which other bowlers don't have right now in our squad. But looking at how Arshdeep went in that match, I'll stick with Arshdeep. I'm with you on that.
I think Hardik is also hit the deck, so we have it covered. And then you have Shami. I know he's sort of off rhythm. He looked off rhythm, but he's Shami, man. I think Lala come the ICC tournament, he'll be charged on and he'll be raring to go.
Lala for the win, bro. For sure. Shami. Okay, so that's our predicted 11. Drop in some comments if you feel otherwise, and if you're happy with it, just leave a like. So, all right, let's move to the next squad, our friendly neighbors. Let's go to Pakistan. Okay, all right. Next to our friendly, not so friendly neighbors, the big rivals, Pakistan are here. Firstly, do you think Pakistan's conditions and everything are ready for the Champions Trophy? Like, do you think they are ready for the Champions Trophy?
By conditions, you mean the ground condition?
The ground conditions, the stadium, the lighting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all ready. I don't think the focus should be on that anyway now.
Okay.
They're ready and they played a series right now.
Okay. Okay.
They should be good too. And I think even that catch drop that happened by
Yeah.
Ravindra, I don't think it was a fault of the lights. It was just he misjudged it. It got
Alright.
lost behind the crowd. But yeah,
Okay. Okay.
let's not dive into those factors because
Okay. Let's
those are external factors that are just for media hype and clout.
right. Then let's just dive into the squad of
Right.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
One thing that is clearly visible here is that they have great batting depth. Just like India, they play till number 7 at least. They can bat well till number 7 because I just saw their recent matches against South Africa and
New Zealand.
New Zealand. So there, like Babar Azam and Fakhar Zaman were opening. Rizwan coming at number 4. Saud Shakil at 3. Salman Agha, who played really well against South Africa, he was at number 5. Tayyab Tahir Khushdil can bat. But that's where their batting just completes because then you have Shaheen Shah Afridi, you have Mohammad Hasnain, you have Naseem Shah or Haris Rauf.
I think Shaheen can bat, man. I think he plays up the order for I think his PSL team, his local teams as well.
Okay.
And he has smashed the ball in the past. Naseem, if you remember, against Afghanistan in the I think last year's Asia Cup, I think he can also he can hang on the crease. I think that's more important,
Okay.
especially if there's like a big player playing on the other end. So I think they have good batting depth. I think that's been a strength of Pakistan in the last few years. I think even when they had Shadab or Imad Wasim, those kind of
But
players.
I don't see Haris Rauf starting here because the problem with this squad of Pakistan, the only problem that I see, it's quite a powerful squad, especially in the known condition. The only problem that I see here is because they have to play Abrar, who is more of a complete spinner that they have, and because they have other part timers like Khushdil and Tayyab Tahir or Salman Agha. Then they can't play a full time fast bowler. Or in this case, it's Haris Rauf who can't take his place, so it's gonna be Abrar. So that's where I feel like Mohammad Hasnain is obviously in good form, so they are not going to start Haris Rauf. That is what I feel. And even in the last couple of matches that you see, they started with Mohammad Hasnain. So yeah, that's what I feel. That's where Haris Rauf is going to miss out. And that's where I feel can be a point where Pakistan can be exploited in the middle overs when you have a fast bowler operating at one end, but the other end, they don't have that quality spinner to back it. So that's where I feel they could have still relied with an experienced spinner like Shadab. I know his performance is not that great recently, but a Shahid, sorry, the Shadab Khan could obviously have taken the place of a Khushdil Shah, but then Khushdil is a great finisher. So that's what they have gone. They have gone batting heavy, and it's their known conditions. So yeah.
And I think the pitches in Pakistan are flatter as well. So that's why I think they're going with that logic that we'll put runs on the board and we'll try to defend it.
Defend it. Yeah. Taking early wickets.
Yeah, or if it's the other way around, we have a deep batting lineup too. And I think they chased down 350 plus against South Africa in that series. So I think that's what they're doing. I think they know their pitches better. So I feel you're going to see a lot of high scoring matches. And I think
I feel their problem is going to be in that one match against India in Dubai, where it might spin a bit more. And also, like you see, they were exposed against New Zealand, who is in the same group right now. So and with the recency knowledge that New Zealand have against Pakistan and the recency of the form that they have against the same opponents, they have won almost all their matches against Pakistan in that tri-series. Yeah, they won all their matches against Pakistan in that tri-series. Yeah, and the form New Zealand is coming in. I mean, we're going to review them next, but I think that is going to be a big clash. New Zealand, Pakistan, and New Zealand, India. These two are going to be big clashes.
But I think, Pakistan. I think Pakistan. You also have to consider that they might have a good crowd support as well. An ICC tournament coming after so many years.
Right.
That's going to be one big factor. If they are, if they're as good as Indian fans in supporting their own players, then I feel they act as a 12th man for their team, and there's going to be added pressure on New Zealand as well with all the injuries going around.
Right,
Um,
right, right.
I'm honestly backing Pakistan to win against New Zealand in that opener.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but I don't see Pakistan winning against New Zealand though.
why? Because of
Because
recently,
yeah, I mean, recently, like even without Rachan Ravindra, they played in the finals, and that was a big anticipated final. And one thing that I don't like about Pakistan is their administration. Like, someone from the administration came out and said, "Oh, you have got to win this. You better win this." I mean, that just adds the pressure. मतलब कुछ जरूरत ही नहीं है ऐसी फालतू statements देने की just before such a big game. The players know it's a big game. You have crowd jam packed there. You
Yeah.
have players already under pressure. You are not aiding them in any ways by giving out such a statement. So
I think their administration has been it's been problematic since now long time. You've
yeah,
seen foreign coaches also come and go.
Gary
You've
Kirsten,
exactly a guy like if you drop a guy like Gary Kirsten,
and
I
he
think
came out in the media and said such things about the administration and everything. Like
exactly,
it was just
it
horrendous.
shows more about their administration than actually the coaches. I think even now Jason Gillespie, I think they won that series against Australia and then he was removed after that.
Right.
So yeah, it shows a lot about the administration. So it shows a lot about the politics that go on there. The whole captaincy rotations that
Saga, yeah.
after Babar Azam.
Yeah, that's been crazy. Like there was a rift between, like an alleged rift between Rizwan and Shaheen Shah Afridi as well. But I mean,
Yeah.
that's all buried under the. It's been all buried. So yeah, I mean, we'll move forward and let's go with New Zealand, who have been a recent nemesis. So
Okay.
all right.
वो मेरा स्क्रीन शेयर बंद हो गया क्या है ना
Yeah, I can see your screen. Chalega. So let's move to New Zealand next.
I think you forgot who's your impact player for Pakistan this year.
Oh हाँ, मुझे पाकिस्तान का उतना इम्पैक्ट ही नहीं लग रहा था, पर ठीक है. So
यार कोई तो होगा boys played ना कोई
for me, I'm really looking forward to see this guy Salman Ali Aga. Salman Ali Aga, right? That's his full name, right? Salman Aga, yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. A young chap, youngest chap in international cricket, although he's 31 years old. He's a youngest chap in international cricket, still finding his feet, I would say, but an impactful batter. Comes in at number 4-5, can bat and hit that long handle as well. He can rotate the strike at will. I feel he plays spin and pace well. And he would always have the support of either a Babar coming from top or a Rizwan coming along with him to guide him. So I feel he is going to be my pick, Salman Aga.
Nice. I think for me, I'm backing Naseem Shah to have a great tournament.
Oh, yeah.
He's someone who can swing and seam the ball. And he has good pace. He has a good attitude as well. I think he's a funny guy. And I feel this is probably Babar Azam's last opportunity to do something well on the big stage. I think the kind of hype they give Babar Azam, it's high time he sort of repays the fate for his fans, for his country. And I think if Pakistan are to go deeper into the tournament, I think Babar Azam has to sort of step up.
Lord कर लेगा यार, Lord.
King कर लेगा.
King कर लेगा, king है, king.
Obviously the king.
But on that note of Naseem Shah, I saw him bowl against New Zealand in that finals. Oh my God, that guy was fire. Amazing. I love watching him bowl. Like people hype a lot about Shaheen Shah Afridi, but I love Naseem Shah. He is my pick of the fast bowlers right now.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that one reel where I think it was in a test match where he bowled one over where it was like 3 decisions back to back went against him. Like calls that went against him. Was able to just swing the ball, seam the ball consistently on a really
great ball. For sure.
So yeah, I think.
All right, so let's go to the next team. We have the Kiwis, the Black Caps from down under. They're already in Pakistan for a long time now. I
And
always see this squad and मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि like आधा से ज्यादा स्कोर तो इनका सेम ही रहता है. वो एक बंच रहता है ना जो हमेशा साथ में ही रहता है. इनका कोर ग्रुप तो इंटैक्ट ही रहता है.
भाई इनका पॉपुलेशन अपने मुंबई से भी कम है, तो आई मीन आई डोंट ब्लेम देम, बट
Right.
there's one bad news there. I don't know. It's bad news for us because Lockie Ferguson is out, but guess who's back?
Oh, who's back?
Kyle Jamieson is back for them.
Oh my
And
gosh.
if we remember the WTC finals,
Oh
that
my.
guy is back, and we are playing a game against them in Dubai. So yeah, something to yeah, something to worry about for Indian fans.
हिटमैन कर लेगा यार हैंडल. हिटमैन खुद ही मार देंगे. देखते हैं लेट्स सी.
Okay.
But a great settled squad. From the looks of it, I feel like great batting depth again and great stability in the middle order, because you see they have Williamson, Mitchell, Latham, Phillips coming back to back. Kya stability, like they can attack, they can defend, they can rotate strikes. You have then Mitchell, like Michael Bracewell, who can bat as well, who can finish as well at will. Then you have at number 8 Sandner, who can tong the ball. They have great batting depth. Then you have all the bowling options. Like I saw their lineup against these guys, Pakistan in the finals. William Roorkee was a good bowler. Like he was bowling well. Jacob Duffy was bowling well. Sandner obviously has that great control, economical, great bowler. Then you have Glenn Phillips also, who can roll his arm.
Yeah,
You have
Mitchell
Mike.
can bowl, Ravindra can bowl.
Yep. Is
Uh,
Ravindra going to be fit though? What's the news with him?
No idea on him, but I think yeah, he's someone. Will, I think you forgot Will Young. I think he had a great series against.
William. Yep.
He had a great series against us. And
Okay. Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
mentioned Will O'Rourke as well. O'Rourke
Right,
किधर है
right.
बे? Sorry. Yeah, he had a
William O'Rourke.
yeah,
Yeah.
he had a great series against us last year as well. I mean, I know that was test matches, but
Yep.
they have sort of gained that experience playing in subcontinent conditions. So it's a tough squad, man. I think that's the beauty of New Zealand in every ICC tournament. I think
They're so consistent always, right?
they are super consistent, man. I think they come with like they have that full squad. They know what each one, they know what their roles and responsibilities are within the squad. They have that clarity and they always perform on the big stage, man, except semifinals.
But I feel they're going to miss Lockie Ferguson, especially in the absence of a Bolt and Saudi. This is a relatively inexperienced fast bowling lineup that they have. Spin bowling with Phillips and Sandner, I think that's pretty much covered. I would say Michael Bracewell is also pretty much experienced now. But
नेथन स्मिथ भी स्पिन डालता है ना?
कौन?
नेथन स्मिथ क्या करता है?
Nathan Smith, I think medium fast डालता है. But he's also like, that's the problem. Like Nathan Smith, Roorkee, both of them are relatively inexperienced. So I'm not banking on them that much. Also with him, they have Jacob Duffy. So Jacob Duffy भी काफी new है, inexperienced, I would say. I don't think uh, I don't
I
think they have
Ben Sears is out.
yeah.
I think
So
he
I
will-
mean, injury concerns for them for sure, but I still would back them with the batting and their recent form against Pakistan. I would see them reaching semifinals. You don't think they are reaching the semifinals, or what do you think?
No, I don't think. I as I said, like I think Pakistan is beating them in the first game.
Okay,
And
okay,
then
fair. I mean, my prediction is them to beat Pakistan with their recent match result
Yeah.
that they got against Pakistan. But yeah, fair call. So who's your player, like impactful player for New Zealand then?
I think a fit Ravinder would have been my impact player, but I don't know if with him being injured and I don't know what if
Right.
he's going to be playing. I think Daryl Mitchell will be my impact player because we saw in that World Cup as well. Even in that semi-final against us, he almost gave us a
Oh my God.
nightmare.
थोड़ी
He
देर
can
गोटी मुंह में थी.
मुंह में तो आ गए थे. And he can bowl, he can, and even with the batting, like if situation is tough, he can sort of play out that period and then he can accelerate really well at the end. So I
Right.
think he's going to be my impact player for New Zealand.
For me, it is either going to be one of Mitchell Sandner or Glenn Phillips. Both of them can come in as finishers, tong the ball. Glenn Phillips comes much higher in the order. And I saw Glenn Phillips bowl against Pakistan as well. Really impactful, just giving 6-7 runs and over, taking a wicket. I think so. He took a wicket against Pakistan, if I am not wrong. Oh no, he did not. But he's really impactful. Even we saw that in the test matches against India, he was so impactful as a bowler. And we know what a fielder he is. He is that proper three-dimensional player. Yeah, just like Akshar and Jaddu in our team. I feel Glenn Phillips is that three-dimensional player that New Zealand can bank on day in, day out. So yeah, that would be my pick. So let's move to the Asian Tigers, Bangladesh. Quite a controversial squad, I would say. Go. So here we go for the Bangladesh squad. Quite a controversial squad, we say.
No Shakib in this, which
Yup.
is
Nazmal Hussain as the captain. No Shakib Al Hasan, who I still feel is their best player, irrespective of the form that he is in with his experience. If you can pick a Mehmadullah and a Mushfiqur, you can obviously get a Shakib. I mean,
100%. I think I've seen him. I think I've seen him longer than I've seen Kohli or Rohit. Like I've
for
seen
sure, for
Shakib
sure.
since. Yeah, I mean, I think जब से हम छोटे थे अब बड़े हो गए, I've always seen Shakib in like an ICC tournament, and it feels really weird to not
see
have
Shakib.
squad.
I mean, also the strange part is Soumya Sarkar has not been in good form recently at all. So he has been picked, but Shakib is not being picked. And they also have the injury to this guy, the right-handed Liton Das.
No, Litton is also not there. Yes.
Yeah, he is going to be a big miss because with Liton Das not being there,
Yeah, he usually plays well against us.
exactly. And in general, I feel he is that impact player at the start. With him and Soumya Sarkar opening, I used to always be fearful of Bangladesh. And with 4, 5, 6 of Shakib, Mushfiqur, and Mehmadullah, I mean, that's where I think that's going to cause them a lot of struggle. They do have spinners. Mehdi Hassan Miraz, obviously, he comes in and just changes things all the time. They have good spinners for sure. And with the pace experience of Taskin and Mustafizur, I think they're going to do well in bowling. But I think it's in their batting that they're going to struggle. That's what my gut feel says.
Yeah, they have a lot of new faces, especially on like an ICC level. I know I've heard a lot about Tawhid Hridoy. I think he was sort of the next big thing for them.
Right.
And with the ball, I think Nahid Rana, who's someone who bowls
Right. He bowls that heavy ball, right? He bowls that fast heavy ball, right?
Really, yeah. And I think they have that experience with Soumya Sarkar. They have Mushfiqur Rahim. They have Mahmudullah. Taskin is someone who's played ICC tournaments in the past. And as you said, Mehdi Hassan Miraz,
I rate him really highly.
The all-round ability that he has, and then obviously the fizz with his cutters. But
Taskin.
But I feel, to your point, their batting is inexperienced, and given how
they don't have the form on their side, right?
Yeah, and given how the pitches will be in Pakistan, if they're not able to capitalize on that, I think they'll be beaten badly because
and they are in a very difficult group. So I don't, and I'll make this prediction right now. I don't see them winning a game.
Same, yeah, I completely agree with you. I know they used to be the giant killers in the past, but I don't think they are that anymore.
I mean, I would rate Afghanistan much above them.
100%. And I think their main peak was that 2015 World Cup.
2015 to 2017. That's where they played really good cricket.
Yeah, and I think after that, they've just been very flat, and I think they've even gone on a downhill from there. I think they've not grown after that.
Yeah.
Which all of us thought they would, given how strong their squad was, how all of these players that we talked about now, they were in the young stages of their careers.
Correct.
They were growth stages of their careers, but they never really picked up, I feel.
वही तो प्रॉब्लम हुआ है ना. I feel कि जब से Afghanistan has ascended into their form and their prime and with their giant killing ability, it has come in with the sacrifice and the downfall. Not sacrifice, I would say. I think it comes with the struggle and the downfall of the Bangladesh and Sri Lankan squad. I think Sri Lanka has played really well recently, though. But you can see they are not a part of this Champions Trophy, right?
With Bangladesh, I feel I think external factors played more.
In
their downfall than their cricketing abilities. I felt that after that 2015-2019 peak, I think they tried flying really hard. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
started disrespecting bigger teams. I think it got the success got onto their heads a lot, and that's where they struggled in those pressure moments. I think they got more emotional rather than focusing on their cricketing skills, which were actually good. Their
Right,
cricket
right,
skills
right.
were good.
I
They
mean,
were
they still have the ability, to be honest. But
exactly, but it's here where they struggle
yeah,
and
yeah. And the form not being on their side, especially with their main players.
100%.
So I see them struggling, and yeah, I'm on the same page as you, not winning a game in this Champions Trophy for sure. So yeah, let's move on to the next group. Group.
Wait. Who are your top
Oh, right, yeah.
from this group then?
So I mean, I see them
You said
struggling,
you said New
but
Zealand. You said New Zealand beating Pakistan.
yeah,
So I'm assuming that's one of your teams. Which
yeah.
is
I mean. Oh, so are you asking me for the impact player here?
no. Which two teams according to you are qualifying?
India and New Zealand for me. For you, I think it's India and Pakistan, right?
Yeah, that's what I feel. And yeah, I forgot about the impact player as well. Who's your
Oh,
impact
impact
player
player for
for
Bangladesh, right? I don't
Bangladesh?
see them performing that well, but if I had to choose, I would go with Mehdi Hasan Miraz. I can't see it beyond him.
To be honest, I don't see anyone to be
Yeah, I
an
mean,
impact
I,
player.
I, I haven't seen their captain perform that well. He is their captain, Nazmul Hussain, but I haven't
He
seen
doesn't seem to be
the captain.
that
Yeah, he's just
expressive of a captain as well.
yeah,
As someone like, Mushfiqur, who was in the
yeah.
past, who was very expressive as a captain. Mashrafi Mortaza, the guy who
He
led
was
them
a
to
great leader.
success.
Great leader.
But yeah, I honestly I don't see anyone. But if I have to pick a name, then I'd probably go with Ridoy to be
Okay,
there for them.
okay. Fair enough. Okay, let's move on to the next group then. Uh, yep, England से start कर लेते हैं, guys. All right, now we have the updated squad for Champions Trophy for England. Okay, so क्या ये लोग दो गुना लगाम ले पाएंगे?
नहीं, I think उनको देना पड़ेगा लगान the way they're playing right now. I think England.
Absolutely flat against India. Like I don't know why did they even. I mean,
Yeah, they seem very disinterested in the whole series, to be honest. Like I know, okay, even Kevin Peterson pointed this out, with all their practice sessions and everything.
but it was shameful. Absolutely disastrous of a series from
Yeah,
England. Like they're preparing for the Champions Trophy. I don't know what was going into their head. I
and
would
yeah,
come out and say this. If Afghanistan play to their full potential, England are going to get beaten by Afghanistan hands down. That is my prediction there and there. But if England can play to their potential, they have the great batting depth and players like Livingston, Butler, Ben Duckett, Phil Salt. If any of these four get going with Joe Root stability, I think they can beat Afghanistan. But if England have an off day, I think Afghanistan can walk over them.
I honestly think the other way around, given the fact that they're playing in Pakistan, and if the pitches are going to be flat, I
Okay.
would back England to beat someone like Afghanistan.
Okay.
Given the way they play their cricket, the way like England likes to play an attacking brand of cricket, and if the pitches in Pakistan are as flat as they were in that high scoring game between Pakistan and South
Yeah.
Africa, then I think England can do well. They have the power. I mean, they have really strong batting lineup. They've done well in Pakistan. I know they did well in test matches, but I think they have a sense of the conditions there. And if the pitches are flat, I think
Okay.
they'll be licking their lips. I think.
I mean, also with the recent form of Adil Rashid as the spinner, I love him watching
Yeah.
him bowl. And I see him along with Mark Wood and Jofra Archer playing. So those three guns in their bowling and with their batting, or like you said, on flat pitches, can be a game changer for sure.
Yeah.
But if they play with the attitude that they were playing against India, then I feel they can get beaten by any team there.
Yeah, agree. I think they need to play a little. They need to play a little smartly. I think there's a thin line between playing aggressive cricket and playing reckless cricket.
Exactly,
I think they've
exactly,
been
exactly.
reckless even in the last year. We saw in the Test match series against us, like on Indian pitches, they got badly beaten because they were playing reckless cricket.
I can hear Sunil Gavaskar's commentary coming in.
Stupid.
Needless
I
shot.
can hear it, yeah.
I mean, for England, that would come out after every 2 or 3 overs.
Yeah, and that's been a problem. I think even in this series, even in the T20 games, they had gotten really good starts, even against us in the ODIs. Really great starts in the power play, and then they just faltered. I think they could not take that game longer, and
Okay.
especially when our spinners came on, and then those middle overs by Harshit Rana, they struggled. But if the pitches are flat, I think it works for them. But
Yeah.
they need to be better at picking the right balls to play those aggressive shots.
Correct. Shot
Which is
selection has been a problem. But
which
for what? Yeah.
is something they do well when they play test matches in England. Because they know the conditions well, they pick the right balls to hit those
Right. I
fancy
mean,
spots.
that's their home conditions. But I see with the flatter tracks here in Pakistan, they will do well in the start. I feel in the first 1 or 2 games they will do well, but as the pitches get weary towards the latter stage of the group stage matches, and if they reach the semifinals, I think that's where I can see them struggling. Their batters especially. But having said that, they have a good bowling attack. So in case they bowl first,
Yeah.
and they can go there and get the opponents out for cheap. I see this batting not being put under pressure much then, because their batsmen, if they get into the form and get into the tournament with some runs in the first 1 or 2 games, then I can see them going not the distance, but going well in the tournament. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my pick. I mean, let's go ahead and pick your most impactful player then for England.
I think from a batting perspective, it'll be Joss Butler for me. He's
Okay.
in good form right now.
Okay.
Uh, but I think the actual impact will come from someone in the middle like Liam Livingston. If he
Yeah.
can he can score runs, and I know he can bowl well as well. And he's
Right.
going to be an RCB boy in like a month's time. So I would hope he gets into form and he scores some runs and picks some wickets in the middle overs.
I see Phil Salt really playing well in these conditions. Because
RCB boy
flat,
again. Yeah.
yeah, but on flat tracks, I see Phil Salt really coming out and dominating along with the Ben Duckett partnership that they have. So I see either one of Phil Salt or Ben Duckett. But for me, I just love watching the magic of Adil Rashid come onto the fore. I mean, the balls that he bowls, and with the control and the guile that he has,
Yeah.
for me, he is the best leg spinner right now in world cricket.
Yeah, agree with you.
No
I
way.
think he's someone who truly deserves that underrated tag, because I don't think he's given
Rated
credit
that highly.
for England's success. I think even the 2019
Right.
World Cup he did really well. So he's an actual underrated player, and not all the underrated players that come up on social media all the time. I think
Right.
he's one who deserves that tag.
Yeah, I'll go for Adil Rashid. I just love watching him play. So I'll go for Adil Rashid. And I would say they will make the semifinals,
Oh,
according to me. So
okay.
what's your call?
No, I don't think they're making the semifinals, but I think
Yeah.
they'll play well. But I feel the other teams in their group, I think Australia and South Africa are much
Oh,
are better.
okay.
I feel it'll be between Australia
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, 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 yeah. I would change my stance. I would change my stance. I think I think South Africa can beat them on their day. So I would pick South
Yeah.
Africa over them. And yeah, let's talk about the second team that I feel later. So
Yeah.
let's go on to the next team. I think it is the Aussies. Go Aussie that we are coming up. The
Yeah.
Kangaroos from down under.
Please, let's.
All right, Aussie. With half of their squad not there. ये क्या ड्रामा चालू है पहले तो मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. What the hell has been going on? I don't see Pat Cummins, Mitchell Stark. I see just before a few days going and traveling to Pakistan, this guy, Marcus Stoinis, announces retirement.
Yeah. I think they all are worried about their IPL contracts, and I don't think they take the Champions Trophy seriously.
I mean,
think
would you blame them for it?
I don't blame them for it. I think lot of us are not. Lot of teams are not taking the Champions Trophy seriously, given the amount of ICC tournaments happening. and also the World Test Championship that's coming up for them. So
right?
yeah, I think
Preserve themselves. I
their
agree. I agree. They want to
their
preserve themselves.
mentality right now is let's give the young guns an opportunity. Let's see what happens. Even if we lose, it's fine. But that's what makes them dangerous. I think that's something that always makes them dangerous when they
Okay.
come to a tournament not being the favorites, and then that's when they just surprise you. That's what they did in the 2023 World Cup.
I mean, they
And
were not one of the favorite. They were one of the favorites, but they were not the favorites for that tournament, I would say.
yeah, and the way they played the first two games, nobody
Yeah.
backed them to make the semifinals as well.
And
And
that game against Afghanistan then.
yeah, that whole Maxwell and Cummins partnership that just changed
That
everything.
changed the World Cup for them. That changed the World Cup for them.
So yeah, you can never
Write
count out
them off. Yeah,
Australia.
I mean, I'm no one to write Aussies off, but I see them struggling, to be honest.
Mhm.
A lot of new players, but a really good captain. I feel strategically, Steve Smith is very strong. I feel he's a really shrewd and astute captain. Uses sandpaper sometimes, but let's get over it now. But I feel he's a good tactician, to be honest. He's someone who's got a good head over his shoulders, and he's really experienced as well. Probably his last tournament, 50-year tournament. So I see him leading his troops well. And if someone like a Maxwell or a Head or a Labuschagne or a Smith can get going, so these four batters can change the course of the game with Alex Carey there. So they have good five players, but someone like an Aaron Hardy, Jake Fraser McGurk, or someone like
But their whole bowling lineup is pretty inexperienced this time around, right? They don't have
exactly.
trio of Hazelwood, Stark, and Cummins, so it's
No,
going to be a little work for them.
I was seeing this preview by Harsha Bhogle of the Champions Trophy squads, and he said it's a strange fact that after 2011 in an ICC tournament, so I think 2013 or 12 was the next ICC tournament that in that period. Since then, it is the first time that
Of the three are playing.
yeah, neither of the Josh Hazelwood, Mitchell
Yeah,
Stark, or Pat Cummins are
Pat
playing.
Cummins.
So it's been 13 years, something like that, that either one of them has always featured in an ICC tournament. So that is really strange to see.
But you know what? I feel that the way I think it's still it's not a lot of disadvantage for Australia right now because of the group that they are in.
Okay.
With England's current form and
Uh-huh.
Afghanistan, as good a team as they are, we saw in that World Cup against in the 2023 World Cup against Australia that sometimes under pressure they can falter. And
Yeah.
I feel that's a good sign for Australia because I feel if they can get over England, I feel they have a strong chance of making it to the semifinals. And once they get into the semifinals,
Then no one's writing in the Aussies off. Yeah.
then yeah, then anything can happen. And I
Do you
feel
think they're reaching the semis then?
no, that's what I feel like. It's one team between Australia and England who will reach the semis for me.
Oh, okay. I feel it is one team between Australia and Afghanistan that I feel. I feel South Africa is, for some reason, they look to be the strongest team in this group for me. But
Yeah.
I think with Australia having these many wholesome changes and Afghanistan with their bowling and batting and with the Asian conditions here in Pakistan, I think Afghanistan can do really well. So, I mean, it's that game between Afghanistan and Australia that can change the course of this tournament, and also Afghanistan and England. So, let's see.
Yeah, I know Afghanistan would want to, beat Australia
Continue.
and take revenge for the 2023 World Cup,
Yeah, yeah. They want
which
to
I
being
think
the giant killers, right?
which I think they already did in the 2024 T20 World Cup. But
Right.
yeah, I think we can speak about Afghanistan when we do. But I think Australia, I wouldn't count Australia out. I
Okay.
think it's between Australia and England who can really go to the semis. And dude, I think Travis said if he gets going, and Travis had an Head and Maxwell if they get going, you
Yeah,
can.
I mean, but for me, I'm not writing them off, but don't be surprised if Australia don't manage to win a game in this Champions Trophy.
That's a strong,
Yep.
but I'll be surprised if they don't win.
Yeah, I mean, don't be surprised if Australia don't win a Champions Trophy game. They can falter against Afghanistan. I mean, on paper, it looks Afghanistan might be finishing at the last in this group. But for me, Australia can be dominated by England on England's day. Australia can get beaten because of their inexperience in their bowling lineup against Afghanistan, because it is Afghanistan's bowling that always makes the difference. And if Australia's batting, if Australia's bowling is not being impactful against Afghanistan, then I feel their bowling can bundle out Australia and can manage this Australian batting. So that's where I feel don't be surprised if Australia don't manage to win a game this Champions Trophy.
That's strong take. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next team. My
No,
favorite
wait,
of this group.
who's your impact player for Aussie?
Oh, okay. I mean, if I have to pick an impact player, it has to be the headache of India, Travis Head. That is my impact player. So I'll continue picking
Should
him.
I give one hot take?
Okay.
I think he's going to fail in this tournament.
I mean, I would love that, but he is my impact player from Australia. What's your pick?
For me, it's a tough one. Wait, I don't see Glenn Maxwell here. How
There
is
is
it?
Glenn Maxwell here in the last.
I think for me, it will be Glenn Maxwell.
Okay.
Both with the bat and the ball.
Former RCB boy.
Given the fact that they have a weak bowling lineup, I think if he
Right.
can get some overs in the middle,
Right.
that can help
the ball.
their batters. Yeah, that can help their batters get
Yeah.
some confidence. If they can restrict the opposition to score.
For sure. Let's quickly move on to the next team. Then we have South Africa coming up, after which we will move to Afghanistan to finish our preview of the teams. So let's move to South Africa now. Oh, wow. I love this squad. For me, one of the best batting lineups that we have in this tournament. Love the squad. Love the Tony Zorzis, the Bavumas, the Claessens, the Millers, the Markrams in this team. Look out for that guy that Mumbai Indian has picked, Ryle Rickleton. Watch out for him. He is an impactful player. And I mean, I can see Tristan Stubbs not being picked because of Ryan Rickleton.
That's a interesting take, and I think they're pretty similar to what they had in the 2023 World Cup in terms of their squad.
Yeah, instead of De Kock, they have a Tony Dezorzi.
Yeah, I mean, he retired, no?
Yeah, so Ryan Rickleton instead of the De Kock, like Bavuma and Quinton de Kock at the top. I don't see them missing out on Quinton de Kock's experience here, or Fab du Plessis' experience before that, because I feel Henrik Klaassen, Tony Dezorzi, Markram, Rickleton, all of them with Miller's experience, they are making a formidable batting attack. And I saw this guy, Marco Jansen, playing those big hits in the SAT20 with his bowling. Oh, he is a gem of a player. So watch out for him.
It'll be difficult to keep out Tristan Stubbs as well. I think he's been doing well for South Africa.
And also with their recent game, which they lost against Pakistan, I think they will want to play Stubbs instead of the other players, right?
Yeah, and I think they have a good batting depth as well. Miller is, I think, one of the greatest finishers going around in the current.
I don't see this guy. I don't see this guy, Britske. He was who played against
Corbin Bosch. Corbin Bosch was there, no?
Corbin Bosch has been replaced by Matthew Britske.
Okay.
I think so, because I see him in this. No, Corbin Bosch is also there. Okay, so because they are missing out on some other players. So Britske is not there in the squad despite of playing so well against Pakistan. Okay. I mean, so for me, the batting lineup would be Bavuma, Bavuma and Rickleton at the top, or Bavuma and Dezorzi at the top, with Rickleton to follow. Number 4 for me would be a Markram with 5 Klaassen, 6 Miller, and 7. I think they will continue with this guy, our guy, Marco Jansen, and number 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's why I don't see Stubbs being picked.
Interesting, but I think they have a really strong squad, and I think even Rabada can bat, right? So Rabada coming
Yep.
in at 8.
Rabada coming at number 8 is fine. Number 9, 10, 11, I think they have that sorted out because they were playing Bosch. So they'll continue with that. Shamsi has to play.
Maharaj can hold a bat.
Maharaj will play, so that makes it. And Ngidi, although he's not in form, I see him playing a match or here and there. So yeah, that's my 11, 12 for South Africa.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, and they really have a strong squad even going into the Champions Trophy. They did well in the T20 World Cup. They are the finalists of the World Test Championship. I think the old South Africa that we sort of grew up watching. I think we finally see glimpses of that coming back,
Yep.
and they're sort of doing well in ICC tournaments. I know they don't win, but I think a
I mean,
good
don't
South
rule out them this time. They can
yeah,
win this one.
yeah, a good South African team is always good for cricket and always a fun as a neutral supporter to watch.
For me, they are topping this group. Like I said previously, they are for me
Agree.
topping this.
Yeah, and yeah, I think everyone is sort of putting South Africa as like one of the favorites to win the
I mean,
championship.
many people are not giving them that much of credibility looking at their performance against Pakistan and New Zealand recently. But you got to see they were without 4 of their starting 11.
Yeah, I wouldn't look into that tournament for like the Champions Trophy predictions for South Africa, given the fact that they were not playing full strength.
Exactly.
Similarly with Australia as well, like Australia. I'm saying South Africa with when they're not playing full strength, they
Yeah.
sort of managed to get 350 on the board.
Exactly.
And given the flat wickets of Pakistan, given Heinrich Klaasen's form, given Bavuma's recent form, I think
Disgorzi, Rickleton,
and
Milner,
yeah,
Markram, everyone's in
Rickleton
form.
doing well, Janssen doing well in SAT20, Stubbs doing well. So and Keshav Maharaj and Shamsi, they did well in the main World Cup that happened in
They are
2020.
going to be really forceful.
So yeah, I see them topping the table as well. I think the only challenge I feel they could get if it's a really flat wicket would be England. If
Okay.
if England players get going, they could challenge them. But then again, like they have the batting lineup to sort of chase anything down. So yeah, I do back South Africa to at least get to the semifinals.
I mean, I see them playing the finals as well. That's my prediction here. But yeah, I see them topping the table. And for me, them and England can go through according to me. I mean, Afghanistan can obviously upset England on their day, and even Australia, given a matter of a fact, I think Afghanistan have a good squad as well. But I feel South Africa will top the table. And yeah, so what are your picks from this group for top 2?
For me, it's South Africa and one of Australia or England,
No,
depending.
you got to pick one. You got to pick one.
South Africa and Australia.
So your is South Africa, Australia, India, and Pakistan.
Yep.
Okay. And mine would be India, New Zealand, South Africa, England. So yeah. So that's my prediction. So let's now finally go to the team that neither one of us has picked to reach the semifinals.
You were backing Afghanistan to win.
I see them beating one of England or Australia. Like I see them beating one of England, Australia, or maybe South Africa. I don't know, but I don't see them.
You see them winning one match.
Yeah, I see them winning one match, but I don't see them going through the next stage. But they can well surprise me and the cricketing world as a matter of fact. I think they have a good squad, and let's look into their squad then. So, I mean, Afghanistan have always been someone who has performed recently well, but like this is a short tournament, so I don't see them like they have group stage and directly knockout. It's not like again in the T20 World Cup they had a bit of time to get into the tournament, so that's not gonna happen. So yeah,
Yeah, I think the T20 World Cup with the way the groups were sort of spread out. They got a good I think 4 or 5 games in the 4 games in the group stage that helped them sort of settle down.
Yep. I
With
think
Champions Trophy,
Gazanfar is out, right, in their team?
Allah Ghazal, yeah, he's out, and then they replaced him with whom?
Did they replace him with Nangyal Kharoti or Mujib? Whom did they replace him?
मुजीब तो मुंबई में आया रे.
या वो तो ये पता है मुंबई इंडियंस के लिए
Allah Ghazanfar.
for Afghanistan, right? That we are seeing. Okay.
वो नवीन भी नहीं है ना. नवीन also retired.
Yep. I mean, I can only see.
Don't know any of their fast bowlers.
I mean, I can't see his replacement here, but I would assume Nangyal Kharoti, who is in their reserves, would take his place. I see Navid Zadran is there, Fazalak Faruqi is there, Rashid Khan, Mohammad Nabi, Azmatullah Omar Zai is there, Gulbadin Naib is there.
They have familiar faces, and they have
Yeah.
certain they have experience as well. I think a
Yep.
lot of them have played in the PSL.
I mean, so like if you see Zadran, Gurbaz, Shahidi, Rehmat Shah, Gulbadin Naib, Azmatullah Omar Zai, Nabi, Rashid. So a pretty strong core with their batting and bowling. I
Yeah.
feel Noor Ahmed is a good bowler. Fazlak Faruqi, Rashid Khan will obviously roll his arm over and get the things done there. So a good strong core. On their day, I think they can attack and beat oppositions in their group. Yeah.
I think in general, I feel if there is something in the wicket for the bowlers, that's where I feel Afghanistan do well.
That's
But
what I feel, that they will come into the party in the second or third game, which might be a bit late for them. And that's why I feel they can win only a game. That's my prediction.
yeah, I feel on flatter wickets with the group that they're in, with Australia, South Africa, and England, I think all those 3 teams have a much more explosive batting lineup.
Correct.
And that's why I feel Afghanistan, I don't see them making it to the semifinals as much as I
Right.
want to win, but it's a short tournament. And yeah, I think with the kind of pitches, if the pitches are flat, I don't see Afghanistan making it to the semis. But if there's something in the wicket, then I think they might compete with a lot of teams, but
Right.
I don't see them getting over the line this time around.
Yep. Same for me. I see them winning one game probably. And that's where I feel like later in the tournament, they might come into the picture. So yeah, let's go with your impact player for Afghanistan first. Who's your pick to make an impact like none other in Afghanistan squad?
My pick would be Rashid Khan. I
Okay.
know, very obvious choice, but
Yeah.
given the fact that their bowling is sort of relatively inexperienced, I think he might sort of step up into that role.
Okay.
And for Afghanistan to win or to go
Well,
to
yeah.
the semifinals, I think their bowling needs to perform really well to sort of restrict the opposition.
Yeah. And even Rashid can bat well, at number 7, 8.
Yeah, he's an impactful batter at down the order. So yeah, for me it's Rashid Khan.
Okay, for me, it's Gulbadin Naib, someone who can bowl well in the middle, in the start, and he comes in at 4-5. That impact.
He acts really well as well. He probably deserved an Oscar for that performance. So yeah, he's a 4-dimensional player. I feel he's not even a 3-dimensional player. He has that extra dimension to his game with all the
Let's
acting.
not talk about 3D and 4D. I think.
आ जाएगा विजय शंकर इधर और राइटो आ जाएगा.
Okay, so that's our pick. Me and Ron are not picking Afghanistan for the semi-finals of the Champions Trophy. Although our 4 finalist picks are different, I am picking India, New Zealand, South Africa, and England. And
I'm picking India, Pakistan from Group A, and then South Africa and Australia from the other group.
Okay, so England and New Zealand is where you are differing. For me, England and New Zealand get a thumbs up. For you, Pakistan and
Australia
get a thumbs up. Okay, so that's where we are with our preview. Good one.
And I also want India Pakistan final. I want a repeat of Champions Trophy 2017 final, but I don't want a repeat of the results. So I hope we get an India-Pakistan final and we
Okay,
can.
so quick questions to you. Quick fire, not much of thinking. Whichever name comes to your head, just give me that. Winner of the tournament,
India.
top scorer,
Shubman Gill.
top wicket taker.
Uh,
Come on.
Arshdeep Singh.
Arshdeep Singh, man of the series,
Shubman Gill.
Shubman Gill. Okay, there we go. There we have Rohan's pick for the team to win, with the players to watch out for, and we have a preview done. Do you want me to give my picks really quickly?
Yes.
Okay, let's start with first team to win. Of course, India. India to win. Top,
Highest run getter.
Rohit Gurunath Sharma, or Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer can do that. But for me, it's going to be Rohit Gurunath Sharma because he will have that one of those daddy hundreds. So I see him being the top scorer, not the one with the highest average, but the top scorer. Top wicket taker for me, I don't see someone else, but I think I don't know. I feel it can be Adil Rashid. For me, Adil Rashid can be that guy, or probably if, like you say, Pakistan reaches the semi-final, then Naseem Shah. So either one of them. And
Man of the series.
Yeah, man of the series will be Pandya, Hardik Pandya for me. HP. Pandya.
I would, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I would. Who's going to be your man of the match of the final if India reach the finals?
Whom are they playing against? That is what I'm thinking. So,
Irrespective.
okay, if they're playing either against Pakistan or South Africa, I think Virat Kohli. Big match player. I see him coming to the fore, just like the T20 World Cup final.
Yeah, I think if I have to make one prediction,
Okay.
one bold prediction for this Champions Trophy, I'm sort of manifesting this, but I feel Kohli might get 300s in this tournament, and one of them would be in the finals.
Okay, there we go. Rohit has his predictions out. I have mine out. So all the best to all the teams. Let's go India. Let's go support our Indian cricket team. No more of trolls. I hope people don't
Please,
troll our
yes.
team. And no matter what, we are always backing the Indian team. Let's go for it. And here is our preview for the upcoming tournament. Please like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy the tournament. And yep, support all the players. Go Team India.
Go Team India.
Let's go.